Welcome back to CTV News Channel. I'm Todd Vanderheiden. Great to have you with us on this Wednesday. Laurentian University in Sudbury, Ontario is releasing some new details about a cyber incident that paralyzed some of its IT systems. The university is saying personal information was stolen from students and staff at the Northern Ontario School of Medicine, as well as the Freshwater Ecology Unit on campus. Officials confirming a limited data breach resulted from a broader cyber incident and that it all came to the university's attention on the 18th of February. Tech analyst Carmi Levy studying the story joins me now from London, Ontario. So now we know some more details here. Students, employees had their personal data stolen, and the university is offering free credit monitoring for 2 years to people who've been impacted. Your thoughts on the story, Carmi, now that we have a few more details anyway?
It's a depressingly familiar script, Todd. I mean, we could probably write this based on previous experiences. It always seems to follow the same trajectory. We hear about a cyber event. We don't get a lot of details on it. And then as the investigation proceeds, some services, website, messaging, things like that might be taken down out of an abundance of caution. And then the investigation proceeds. Maybe a few weeks later, we'll hear that, oh, data was included. There was a breach, and this is who it affects. And this is the kind of data that was part of this package. And so again and again and again, when we see attacks like this, they almost seem to play out in very similar steps. And unfortunately, for those involved with Laurentian University, it seems to be following that process.
Yeah, how common is this kind of thing when it comes to, universities and, academic institutions, Carmi?
Increasingly common. We are seeing, Todd, an upswing in targets against public-facing institutions. And so pretty much every major university in Canada either has been targeted successfully or not over the last couple of years. We're seeing hospitals, for example, Sick Kids in Toronto, Blue Water Health in southwestern Ontario. We've seen the LCBO, also a public-facing organization, Unity Health Network. And so all of these organizations, they have multiple points of entry, hugely valuable private data, healthcare data, of course, the most sensitive of personal information. And hackers, they basically, when there's an event, a successful attack against one target in a new sector, it almost becomes a feeding frenzy. Other hackers, other cyber criminals see the opportunity and they start targeting them as well. And so that's why we're seeing this sort of list continue to grow, because unfortunately, this is a sector that offers a lot of opportunity for cyber criminals. They're taking advantage of that.
Hey, what more can they do you think, Carmi?
They can look at their budgets and start reallocating, reprioritizing cybersecurity. Unfortunately, we've seen very clearly as the threat landscape continues to evolve, become more intense and turbulent, we're not seeing budgets keep pace. We're not putting enough money into protections. We're not hiring enough of the right people. And especially if you're a public-facing organization, I know that budgets are tight, but it's a lot more expensive to recover from an attack like this than it is to prevent it in the first place. We have to start recognizing that we need more resources into this, and the institutions need to start that conversation, but also governments need to start that conversation, recognize where these weak points in public service infrastructure are, and make sure that they're providing resources to these institutions so they can protect themselves as well.
Tech analyst Carmi Levy in London, Ontario. Hey, good to see you as always. Thank you.
Appreciate it, Todd. Thanks.